and Jehovah, O Lord Father, Daddy, and Jehovah, O Lord Father, Daddy, even as we do the screening, Jesus Christ, Jehovah, O Lord Father, help us to learn from our mistakes, Jehovah, O Lord Father, Daddy. We give you glory, we give you all the honor and adoration, for it is in Jesus' name we pray.
Asante sana Mark. That was nice, ndio. Najua kuna msee ningeita Shadrack, hai. Ungeomba. Ama niachane na wewe. But it's okay. Thank you for that. So definitely it's our production week, and as of, we are screening and we are seeing. We definitely hope to have fun, to be entertained, to see what other groups did, and to be able to kuona kama tuna progress ama we are not, si ndio? So you're going to do that. So before we even start the screening, you're going to give people opportunities to do something that will be led by Agnes. So if you're pointed out kindly, you can just stand up, come to the front and be able to do as anaku-instruct, si ndio? Are we okay with that? Nimesema it's about having fun, entertainment kidogo even before we start our screening. Sawa sawa. So if we point out onto you, please stand up, come to the front and just do as she's asking.
Mwazima. Okay. Tukua tutaka tukue na games chache ili msiweze kuboeka. To break ile boredom, ndio mweze mkabambike kabla tuanze ile screening. Sasa Betsheba njoo. Tunaanza. Betsheba njoo. Njoo hapa. Kama mnavyomuona huyu mwanadada hapa, nataka tumfanyie interview kidogo. Hatumjui. Tunataka tuambie anaitwa nani kwa sababu watu wanataka kujua. Nakushikia. Watu wanataka kujua unaitwa nani. Hana jina. Amesema hana jina. Watu wanataka kujua unafanya nini hapa. So, hana kitu ya kufanya, ako hapa tu yeye. Okay, so umesema hivyo, si ndio? Watu wanataka kujua. Maana hapa kuna boys. Are you dating or you are not dating? Nakushikia.
Aya. For me,
she is not dating. Hana mtu amemkataa huyu. Okay. Tunaenda kwa mwingine. Kimani, njoo. Wewe, njoo. Msee wa Maluku huyu. Kladi. Baba. Jamani. Kunywa na straw huyu, sio?
Zi.
Kunywa na straw?
Zi.
Mwanangu, ona speksi, kofia, ndevu jamani. Advice kwa wanaume ambao wana ndevu hapa. Wape siri. Huyu zishaanza kuota tayari. Zaota.
Wenye.
Hata wape siri, huyu anaendanga Islia anapaka ile mafuta ya Mwarabu.
Wenye ana ndevu wavae mask. Wavae mask tuwafunike sura yani.
Wape siri.
Mvae tu mask.
Mask tu peke yake. Sasa naona wewe kijana handsome kweli. Siri ya handsome nini? Tuambie.
Siri ya handsome.
Usishike, mimi nakushikia.
Hakuna siri.
Jamani, sawa basi. Dance move moja njoo, hatujamalizana na wewe. Dance move moja. Okay, una expect nini na hii screening?
Na expect tu tuone kenye mlifanya.
Hakuna kitu kingine? Hata popcorn utaki? Hataki. Huyo asipewe, asitaki huyo. Okay. Lula, njoo tafadhali. Naomba uje. Mashallah kweli kweli. Huyu ndo Miss Mahanaim upcoming. Muone. Anashai jamani. Wasalimie hivi. We usalimiki huyu mwanadada vipi? We ni hater? Manu we ni hater? Hebu msalimie. Amu hivi aisipoa. Poa. Umefurahi? Umefurahi? Tuambie kitu.
Kama
Kitu.
sina maoni.
Ana maono basi ndoto.
Nezaka.
Jamani dadangu vipi? Waambie kitu wenzako. Anafuja huyu.
Saseni. Haya imeisha.
Hauna kingine cha kusema?
Bye bye.
Sawa basi. Huyo ni wale ambao ni serious kabisa, hata ukaambia waangalianki hao. Waangalianki, hapendi ushenzi. Haya, kuna game fulani hapa Harrison alikuwa anataka kuongoza na itabidi mmekuwa kwa miguu yenu, yani mnasimama.
Tunaweza simama tu. Atimue kwa miguu. Sawa. So we know the trend of the song. Naito Hari kutoka Nax napenda magari. Naito Hari kutoka Nax napenda magari. Ya kwanza Mercedes, ya pili ni Toyota. Sawa. So we know the trend. So we'll be sending it to somebody, then una continue. Sawa. Umeelewa? So nikikitaja jina yako, you continue. Kama lazima ujue kuimba. Hauwezi kuwa hujui kuimba. Sawa. Okay, sawa. Napenda Hari kutoka Nax, napenda chakula. Nini? Na Hari. Oh. Sasa sitajipenda. Si wimbo ni mimi nawafunza. Si wimbo ni mimi na atoya maigi. Sikieni huyu. Sawa. Naito Hari kutoka Nax, napenda chakula. Naito Hari kutoka Nax, napenda chakula. Ya kwanza chapati, ya pili ni pizza, ya tatu ni Okay, sawa, ni hivyo. So we repeat it, ukikosea unaketi chini, sawa. 1, 2, 3, twende. Naito Hari kutoka Nax, napenda chakula. Naito Hari kutoka Nax, napenda chakula. Ya kwanza chapati, ya pili ni pizza, ya tatu misheveve, ninapea Recho. Recho naribu. Endelea. Na ninapea Recho, twende. Vile tu nimeimba. Sawa. Twende, na ninapea Foro, twende. Aha. Naito Charles. Aha. Magina. Mnaharibu game jamani Magina. Napea magi na aha kaa chini achana nayo. Achana nayo kabisa. Achana nayo kabisa. 1 2 3 4. Napea Madam Milka, twende.
Excuse me, teacher. When we were meeting with you, you said that we can include you and you gave us permission.
So to flow na song. To flow nayo. Sawa.
Okay.
Sawa, iimbe alafu pe mtu. Alafu tupatie Madam Milka tena.
Naitwa Agi, natoka Zima, napenda.
Twende.
Napenda nini?
Wewe utafika route. Utajua, sina unajua sasa kile unasema.
We continue. Naitwa Agi, natoka Zima, napenda chakula. Ya kwanza pilau. Ya pili samaki. Ya tatu indomi. Napea Zifora.
Surely. Naitwa Zipi, napenda manyimbo. Ya kwanza kudade. Ya pili yangu kanayo. Napea
Austin anapenda Mungu. Austin anapenda mambo ya kanisa. Atuambie Bible verse anapenda. Austin.
Ana bado. Ati. Sawa. Mos Mama Milka. Milka walu. Sawa. Mos Mama Milka. Milka. Bonyo. Waru. Chipsi. Sawa. So nataka tufanye kitu ya mwisho so that we may be able to start. Sawa. I want you to shout. Sawa. Like not shouting literally, so that people can hear what you're saying. The question is as simple as this. It's just an icebreaker. Sawa. If you are not to do journalism and media studies, what would you do? Titus? Teaching? Okay. Eddie? Angekuwa chef. Okay. I'm looking. Regina Joseph? Pardon? Angekuwa pilot. Ni hivyo wanasema. Okay. Twende nayo. Shadrach? Pardon? Doctor. Ulikosea wapi Shadrach? Where did you go wrong? Where did you go wrong, Shadrach? Okay. Zelfa? If you're not to be a journalist, yako ni by fire, by force. By fire, by force. Okay, Mr. Dixon. Wow, electrician. Nelly. If you are not to be a journalist, what will be your go-to other course? Mama County. Okay. That is from Nelly. Sawa. I'm looking for the name. Zipporah. Politician. Kamau. If not a journalist, ungekuwa? Wewe. Yawa. Okay, it's all right. We can have our seats. We can have our seats. Manager wa Manu, sawa. It's okay. So, we are going to be receiving snacks so that we may be able to start off. And please, one, to ensure tumekula zile snacks, tuzizimwage chini. Si misheveve. Hey, jamani, Arnold. Si misheveve. Steve, sorry. So, ukipatiwa, please ensure that you are eating. Ukimaliza, usitupe ile karatasi. Ishike vizuri iweke, so that you can be able to do what? Dispose after we end our what? Our production. Kama kuna power, kuna mtu anauliza kama kuna power, tuta inquire that later. So, we are having our groups with our projects zenye tulifanya. Whose group mnasema that group yetu ndio tulifanya project imeweza? I want you to shout your group number. Si tuko na group number? Group gani unasema like sisi ndio tumeweza? Hizi group zingine kwani hamwamini kitu mlifanya? I'm asking, group gani inajua that we did the best? Okay, ni chakula zinafanya msiongee ama? Mko in action. So you cannot serve two masters at the same time. Okay, sawa sawa. So we are expecting the best. Let us be open to criticism, to be open for correction. Sawa sawa. That in whatever we are viewing, tujue that we did our level best and we are ready to perfect on our next production week. Sawa sawa. What do you have to say, Agi?
Labda tu niwape sheria na masharti za kufuata wakati ambapo tuna watch ile screening. Ni kwamba unaruhusiwa kucheka, hauruhusiwi kununa. Unaruhusiwa kula hizo popcorn mpaka ziishe, hauruhusiwi kubakisha ama kurudisha. Sawa sawa. Sawa sawa. Hapo sasa.
So as always, we see the project, then the team comes, shares the experience in doing that particular project. Sawa sawa. Then you are going to be appreciating them as they come. I don't know if you are ready with group 1. Okay. So, tukwe prepared na whatever we are doing. So, how many of us did a short skit? How many of us did a skit? I'm easy to surprise tena jamani. Watu wangapi tulifanya skit? I want to see group gani ilifanya skit? Hapana, I want just to figure out. As you are waiting for it, ziwekwe. Skit. Watu walifanya skit. Munijibu jamani. Muniongeleshe. Ati unanipea leakage jamani. Na tafadhali please tukue kama wazungu. Hii stuff tuko hapa for 2 hours. Usimalize in the next 5 minutes yawa. Hakuna extra, no. Let us agree. Msiashamaliza hapa na hata hatujaanza. Hapana, unakula moja, unaichew like 10 minutes, you know. Please, hata bete uweke tu kwa mdomo unakaa ni kama you are doing whatever. Tusimalize haraka tafadhali. Sawa sawa. Atizikuje zikiwa moto. Atizikuje zikiwa moto ndio wakule pole pole. So I think consider your next time, madam. Wasimalize even before tuone the first one. Ati hapana pole pole tu. Okay? Sawa sawa. I believe you are good to go. We are starting with group 1. Please eka simu yako mbali so that you can concentrate and see what your friends did, and so that you may be able to have something to say when opportunity is given concerning that. Immediately your project runs, the team run to the front, share your experience, share how it was, tell us all the challenges you faced so that we may go to the next project. Sindio? So we're running project 1.
this. He was a lame man, but now he can walk. He was dumb, but now he can speak. A story about a young man whose body fell ill. Join me, your host Zelfa Waheto, as we get to know this story about 8 months of paralysis and 6 months of dumbness from Harrison Mwangi, aka Minister Blessing.
My name is Harrison Mwangi, well known as Minister Harriet Blessing. Parallelism started in 2020. That was during COVID, and I was actually a candidate at I was waiting to do my KCSE. So tumeruka mwaka vizuri, date 1, date 2, tukakuwa na shughulika tu kwa nyumbani. We had my sisters at home, so tukakuwa we were having just, ushago kuna kwanga tu na chores that take place kila wakati. So kulikuwa na maharagwe ambazo zilikuwa zimeanikwa. I prepared lunch. I love cooking, so kulikuwa na viazi. I prepared bajias for the family. We ate. At around 5, that is when I started feeling pain on my left foot. And so at first I never took it serious. I was like, okay, nimefanya job sana, inaweza kuwa ndio issue. But as time went forth, it kept on becoming serious, that now I got to a place that I couldn't walk. So I remember telling my mom, I was at the shop, and customers came, and my mom was like, so mke unisaidie kuuza. And I was like, madhe siwezi kusimama. And she was like, okay, what's the problem? Kamia mguu inauma gani ya left. So she was like, okay, call your sister akuje kupeleka kwa room upumzike, by tomorrow mguu itakuwa sawa. So I went. At around 10, the pain was so severe. Now I was asking for painkillers, at least nimeze. But the next morning I had to go to the hospital to be injected with a painkiller injection because of the pain. So nikaka, that particular, it was that now is on the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th. I told mom, nafungwa shule next week at around date 12. Allow me to go back to school, to go back to Nairobi. I know I'll be well, then nitamanage kurudi shule. So I traveled all the way from Nakuru to Nairobi. Nikakaa Nairobi for a week as I was waiting for the schools to reopen. But unfortunately, on a Sunday, I took a shower at home, and I unfortunately collapsed in the house. So after kitu an hour or so nikajisikia, I was able to retrieve my phone, send a text to a couple of friends from church, and I asked them to come just to my place because I'm in a lot of pain. So some guys from church came, took me to the nearest hospital. They reached out to my sister from where she was particularly working. Akakuja. Wakanipeleka hospitali ya kwanza, they injected me with a painkiller, then they referred me to KU referral. So nikapelekwa KU referral tena. My issues ni hizi muscles. Mimi ungeniguza hivi, nasikia ni kama nimepigwa shock the whole of the leg. So being told that niko na assault na ni mifupa yangu iko na shida, because I could bend, ningejipeleka choo na ni squat, but sasa ile kusimama yenyewe ndio shida inakujia. So kwambia niko na sukari, it was like, okay, wait, hapana. So particularly for me, it caught me by shock, and not me alone, but even the people that we went with to that particular hospital, because we were like, I've never had somebody that is so young akiwa na shida ya sukari. So nikiambia that niko na sukari, it caught me by surprise. The second thing is that most of the time, even the first time when I got ill, I found myself being treated for a different particular ugonjwa, and I found myself getting worse after in 2020, yeah. Because at first wakati nenda hosi after niliparalyzed the first time, the first hospital I went to walisema niko na arthritis under 30. Walikuwa naita assault under 30. And so wakaniandikia sindano za miezi 6 ambazo nilikuwa nafaa kudungwa. We had gone to a lot of hospitals using a lot of money but getting the same results. Unaenda kwa daktari, unalipa, unaambia wewe hatuoni shida. Tumekupiga picha, picha ya mgongo, CT scan, had done an MRI, like every single thing you could think of, ilikuwa imefanywa, but everyone is giving me the same results. So we kind of debated and kind of found ourselves in a fight with the doctors, because I was not ready to take to accept that I had an issue with sugar. So after a couple of hours, wakati walipima tena wakarealize imepungua, and they're like, oh, kumbe ulikuwa sure you're not having this particular problem. So they just gave me painkillers na nikarudi nyumbani. And so after 1 week, after tumetoka hosi, that is when my mom was like, turudi tu shago because you're not getting any better. So we traveled back home. Most of the drugs that I particularly got this particular year, zilikuwa supplements. because unaanza watu wa kutibu ati ni arthritis au kupatia dawa za arthritis, they're just giving you vitamins kuona kama they can be able to sort out maybe the issue yenye iko. So it was tough because unaona msee mwenye ameambia that you are suffering from a particular sickness, you are better off because you know that there is a treatment. Mimi sasa sikuwa na hiyo option. And equal, like, I don't know what I'm struggling with, but I'm in a lot of pain. I'm not walking, I'm not talking, I cannot do anything by myself. It was tough because at first I was like, okay, why am I going through this? How could this situation be this severe? And at this particular time that I'm sitting down for my exams, and I'll have a lot of questions. Shule zimefungwa. Then after a while, people have gone back to school, but I never got an opportunity to go back because I was the kind of pain I was undergoing at that particular time. But as much as I was a candidate, we had all this kind of faith that I'll get better and I'll sit down for that particular exam and I'll perform. But little did I know that I'll do my first examination. I remember it was a Kiswahili paper 3 actually. And when I sat for that particular exam, my hands paralyzed. So I had to be transferred from the school all the way to the hospital where now I could do the rest of the examination. It was a tough time because I was tired of going to the hospital, nikiambia the same results. And people will come and see me and they'll be like, hey mama, sujaribu a different hospital, sujaribu a different doctor. So niko naona like we are struggling with all kind of things, especially finances. We are broke, but we're not even getting any particular thing. So I decided to run away. Nikakuja, I have my sister living within Nairobi, so she took me in, tukakaa na wao in that July, ikaisha. When August came, we had booked an appointment with a neurologist in Nairobi because after all consulting different hospitals and different specialists, they were like, maybe you have a problem with neuro, because the first time I paralyzed for 9 months. Now, this was about 2020. Now, this in July, this was about 7 months of paralysis. So they were like, hii ni shida kama ya neuro, because now, after a period of time, it has repeated itself. So go and see a neurologist and see, maybe he might come out with the issue na anaweza kutreat. So we had booked an appointment with this particular doctor a few months before. And so August came, nilikuwa nimekataa kwenda hospitali kabisa. I was like, I'm tired. So my sister and my brother-in-law wakanibeba juju, wakaniingiza kwa cab na wakanipeleka hosi, because sasa walikuwa washalipa consultation fee. So walikuwa like, hizi pesa zitapotelea tu hivyo. So we went, tukafika Nairobi. It was around Kenyatta Hospital. We got in, saw the doctor. I had all my documents from all the various hospitals that I had gone to. Nikawapatia. The doctor looked at it, then akachukua kanyundo fulani, akaanza kugonga miguu and all whatever. Nothing was happening. Akaniambia fungua mdomo, nikafungua, toa ulimi nje. I was like, all these things nilikuwa nazifanya normal. And now he was like, okay, the thing that nilikuwa nafikiria unaweza kuwa una suffer from, haungekuwa na manage kutoa ulimi nje, ungekuwa na manage kufungua mdomo. Kama ningekuunga na chuma like that, hiyo nyundo ungekuwa una react, but now nothing was happening, unaelewa. So he was like, okay, I don't know what is you're going through. Wakati aliangalia documents zangu za hospitali, akarealize everything that he was thinking of testing me nilikuwa nishafanyiwa. Nilikuwa na picha, nilikuwa na CT scan ya kichwa. No, ukipotea sauti definitely kuna shida mahali kwa kichwa, but I had my CT scan, a recent one, haikuwa na shida. MRI haikuwa na shida. So this guy looked at me and said, the only thing that can explain your situation is either you are psychiatric. I'm not a doctor, but I could not sikuwa nashikanisha venye paralysis and kukua wazimu zinakuja pamoja, you know. And so I got mad na nikatoka nje hospitali, and I left the doctor writing us a recommendation to a different hospital, to a psychiatric doctor. My sister called my mom and she was like, hey, tumeambiwa kijana ni wazimu, tumpeleke hospitali tofauti. And so my mom was questioning, how can a mad person wake up early in the morning at 4, be able to manage to save up on money to pay for transport, travel all the way to Nairobi, then tuambie ni wazimu. So it wasn't making sense to every one of us. And so my mom was like, okay, umekata kwenda hospitali ingine, now we are going to wait upon God. That particular doctor ni ali ni push, because now I was in a lot of pain. Nilikuwa tuna take painkillers. Unakunywa madawa kidogo kidogo, umeenda umedungwa sindano ya painkiller because of how the pain is severe. Siwezi kuambia nilikuwa nimegonjeka pneumonia, siwezi kuambia nilikuwa nimegonjeka malaria, you know, because every test from blood work to picha to MRI to CT scan, kila kitu ilikuwa inatoka negative, like uko tu sawa. I've been going to Rema Fest for the last 2 years, so my mind was like, I'll have to go to this one. So it started on a Tuesday, sikumanage kwenda because of pain. On Wednesday, sikumanage kwenda. On Thursday, my spirit was moved. As much as I was in pain, I was like, I need to go to this particular event. And so my sister alitoka nje kwenda kubai supper. I ordered an Uber. I walked out. I can't speak, I'm not talking, you know. I got to the Uber. I texted the Uber guy nikamwambia mimi siongei sifanyi hivi, but I want you to take me to a particular place. So the guy drove me all the way to Kasarani Stadium. I got in. Wakati nilishuka Uber, somebody came and phoned me and were like, can I help you? And I was like, it's okay. Tukaenda, akanikaisha chini, waited for the service. That particular time it was Apostle Joshua Selman that was ministering. He ministered, he prayed for people, they got well. Kijana wetu bado siponi, nothing is happening. And I was like, it's okay. So I went back home again. The guy helped me, akaniodia Uber tena, nikaingia nikarudi nyumbani. So Friday comes, it was the last day, and they asked, are you going to Rema? Nikamwambia mimi ile uchungu niko nayo, sioni kama leo nitafanya nini, nitaenda. So wakati ilifika jioni tena, it was Apostle Grace from Uganda that was ministering. And again, I just felt I need to go to this event. I was like, it's the last day, maybe today it'll happen. You know, you're just having faith and hoping that you might get better. And so I was like, let me just go. So we ordered an Uber. My sister asked, nikupeleke? Nikamwambia hapana, I want to go alone. So we went, and on that particular last day is when I received my miracle. And when I saw somebody, a man that was on the altar, alikuwa paralyzed for 3 years, walking with a wheelchair. This guy walked, then akaambia sukuma wheelchair yako. And when I looked, I said in my spirit, this man has been paralyzed for 3 years. Yangu ni miezi 8. I cannot get out of this place without my miracle. And instantly I spoke. Wakati nilisikia sauti imetoka, nikasimama, and I started walking. I took my crutches and I walked them all the way to the front. I testified, and from that, even ndo nilipona. To date, I am speaking, I am walking, and I cannot just get tired of thanking God because of what He's done.
Thank you, Minister Blessing, for giving us your story, for sharing your story, and I'm happy that you're okay. Thank you for our viewers for listening to our story, for listening to Mr. Blessing as he tell us his story about 8 months of parallelism and 6 months of dumbness. And thank you for my team for this successful shooting. See you next time.
Members. Natuharakisha kindly.
Good evening. My name is Zelfa Aheto. I was the host of Harrison Nganga. What I can say about the shoot, it was really challenging. To take 150. Nakumbuka, in introduction, it was not easy because nilikuwa nafika katikati maneno inapotea. Now I have to do it again. Nafika tena katikati majinadi ya Harrison ilikuwa inapotea. It was challenging, but we tried. Na mwenye alitueditia, he did a good job. I didn't expect it that nice, but it was good, though it was quite challenging.
Good afternoon. My name is Shadrach. I was part of the crew. Okay, the interview was so much interesting. It was ilikuwa so emotional tukifanya because of the story of the guy. But at the same time, we believe that miracles work. So we tulienjoy kuwa pamoja, and my team. It was so fun. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Charles Omemo. I was the cameraman. Now, one thing I'd like to say, I'd like to appreciate Harrison for sharing his story. Si kila mtu atatokea tu apeane story yake. We tried to talk to a lady hapa kidogo atuchape, but we are grateful that Harrison alijipeana vizuri. And yeah, so that was us. Na tunashukuru sana. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And also, well, watu waaminigi about miracles, Harrison is one of us. Ndio? Akisema alisikia Yesu amemguza mahali. Ako wapi? Charles. You have to believe in miracles. Amen?
Yes, afternoon. So my name is Ivan Ondabo. So the guys who don't know, I was the director, but what I can say, it was fun working with these fellows. And yeah, it just shows that there's someone up there watching every time. So Harrison is a very good example of that. And with that said, kuna maneno ingine. Yeah, so thank you.
Hi, my name is Regina Muli. I really enjoyed the story na nikajua kweli kunaye Mungu mbinguni anayeponya. Barikiwe.
Hi, I'm Cynthia. I'm part of group 1. Ndo nilikuwa karibu kuchapo by the way. So, working with this group, it's amazing. And nilikuwa tu part behind the scenes. Because when you go to kwa camera ni moja, Zelfa, who did an amazing job, okay? So, thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Victor. So I was grateful to work with them because waliniletea video. Sikuanga kwa set size like wakishoot, but waliniletea video. So nilikuanga editor, but kila kitu nilikuanga nahitaji like walinisaidia kuipata. So I'm very thankful like to work with them. Thank you.
That was an amazing job. Let us appreciate them better. Let us appreciate them better. Acha wivu. Regina. Okay. Regina Muli, karibu nimwambie go deeper, you know. Karibu anze kuhubiri, but it's an amazing time. Yeah. And sawa tu. Nivetu singesema prophetess of God, continue. But it's okay. An amazing project. And yes, that was me. But niko hapa. Sawa sawa. So we want to introduce group 2. Project group 2. I don't know if it's ready. Okay, sawa sawa, si ndio? So, wacha niwaambie. Kufungwa mdomo na unakuwa na kierere ni kitu mbaya sana. Because it was tough for me. Because I talk too much, alafu you are not speaking. So, the last 8 months of this particular years was challenging. And I'm grateful that I'm back. And I'm doing well. Si ndio? So, group 2, this is their work.
plug. Walai. Lakini usikii ni legit. Hata last time MC yako legit MC. Plug fulani yako legit kabisa. Mwangapi? Kama chuma machi. Walai. Walai tena. Muda hata usikia gani. Walai. Anaikola walai ndio hiyo.
Believe in yourself, read the questions carefully, and believe the questions that you set are things that you like. Let's go home, my dad. Bye.
Hello, niaje? Kwanza usikii niko na trip fulani before tufanye hivi. Trip ya kwenda dichotomous. Unajua dichotomous? Hujui? Ani fulani yenye unaenda kuona chromosomes, unaenda kuona CO2, H2O. Ni before tufanye hii. Alafu tena unajua tunalipa tuka advance hapo kwa kwani. Tunatumia site. Hawazi.
So tutaomba na tuamini Mungu yako unafanya nini? Utabii? Utapita hata uoga usini.
Tulia ngome teka vila.
Mababu.
Nimewaona, simameni. Naona hadi shida menu. Ingieni kinyuma nyuma na mtoe viatu, ingieni kinyuma nyuma. Mwache viatu kwenye lango. Ingieni kinyuma nyuma. Na mharakishe kinyuma nyuma. Check. Kinyuma nyuma. Haya, simameni. Kinyuma nyuma. Simameni. Haya, kujeni kinyuma nyuma. Mmoja akae kwenye kiti cha mababu. Mwingine atutame hapo. Mababu nimewasikia. Wacha nifike kwao. Niwasaidiaje? Check. Kasongo mbona wewe? Check. Niwasaidiaje?
Kuna mtoto wangu
Mtoto ana shida gani?
anafanya KCSE.
KCSE ni nini?
Ni mtihani wa mwisho.
Mtihani? Niwasaidiaje?
Nilikuwa nataka apite sana.
Ulikuwa unataka apite?
Apite zaidi hapo.
Shida zako zitatatuliwa. Mmejiandaa vipi kuja kuona mganga? Mmebeba kuku mweusi au mmebeba nini? Mmeletea nini ili kuweza kudhibitisha kuwa naweza wasaidia?
Ndipo tumebeba
kuku mweusi. Naona mababu wananiambia ako kwenye nyumbani. Nataka niwasaidie kwanza, alafu mkikuja nitaletea kuku mweusi, sawa? Haya mababu, mmeniwekea kalamu chini ya kiti changu. Haya, wacha nimpe. Mababu anasema kalamu ameniwekea, acha nimpe mababu, acha nimpe. Haya, hii kalamu akapi mtoto, ni wewe ama ni wewe? Haya mtoto, hii kalamu. Mnaona hii kalamu? Check. Unaona hii kalamu? Nitakupa. Wakati utakuwa unafanya mtihani, tumia hii kalamu. Shika. Tuko pamoja. Kitu kingine, utakapokwenda kufanya mtihani, kabla mtihani hujaandika jina lako, zunguka kile kiti mara 6. Mara ngapi? Kwani unaogopa mababu? Usiogope mababu, sawa? Haya, sasa mnaweza kwenda. Siku ambayo mtakuwa mrudi hapa na kuku mweusi, sawa? Sawa, mnaweza toka. Kasongo, mbona wewe unataka kupita mtihani na kujasoa? Unaona hii kalamu? Check. Unaona hii kalamu? Nitakupa. Wakati utakuwa unafanya mtihani, tumia hii kalamu. Shika. Tuko pamoja. Kitu kingine, utakapokwenda kufanya mtihani, kabla mtihani hujaandika jina lako, zunguka kile kiti mara 6. Mara ngapi? Kwani unaogopa mababu? Sababu nani wanakuja kunikuta? Leo kuna shida kimeumana.
Unajua anacheka kwa nini? Hii ni maajabu. Okay, group 2 members come forward. So you introduce yourselves and then a bit of introduction on your project.
Okay. Hi. How are you? As you can see, mi nilikuwa mmoja wao hapo. And as kulingana na experience, I see that kuna watu wanaweza act hapa. Ama nyinyi mnaonaje? Na at a point of recognition, I recognize the team and I'm happy that you have done that. Although tuko na progress yenye tuna make, but I'm happy mali tumefika ni mzuri. Ama nyinyi mnaonaje?
Hi, my name is Charles. I was the assistant director and I was also the actor. Ukilinganisha na project tulifanya hiyo ya kwanza, I believe tumekuwa na big of a progress. Ukilinganisha na hiyo podcast tulifanya. And kama si time, naomba tu screening ikuange after the next week. Tuko na full week ya production, screening kwa the next week. Juu ya time, hatukupata kumalizia yote. Yeah, that was it. And congrats, kwanza naweza shukuru kwanza editor amefanya kazi safi, imekaa fiti sana. Yeah.
Itifaki kikifuatwa mjambo. Mimi naitwa Titus na ili nisikue kama mpishi mvivu ambaye usingizia moshi baada ya kupika mashendea. Hiyo imekuwa kazi yetu na katika ile onyesho nimekuwa babu na pia nilikuwa the script writer na nimeshukuru pia kufanya kazi. Nimefurahia pia kufanya kazi na hawa majamaa. Imenipia pia challenge, ilikuwa haikuwa rahisi pia kuambia tufanye hivi. Kuna wakati pia mwalimu aliuliza kwani kila mtu ni director kwa hii crew yenu. Kwa hivyo tukilinganisha na wakati ambao ulipita, wakati huu nimekuwa na uhuru wa kutangamana na hawa, ambapo wakati mwingine sikuwa nao, nilikuwa nahisi nina uoga, lakini wakati huu nilikuwa jasiri na naona tukiendelea vizuri. Asanteni.
Saseni. My name is Glenda Odhiambo. I was the director and also I was the actor. I was also part of the crew. I'd like to thank my crew members for the awesome work they did. The editor, the cameraman, it was not easy. We had some challenges, especially kwa sound, but it is what it is. Thanks to the extras when you only come through. Harrison, thank you for coming through last minute. Thank you, Mr. Peter. Thank you, Madam Milka. And the extras, asanteni sana. Next time kifanya yenu, tutakuwa na nyinyi. That was all. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Naitwa Peter Robert, the cameraman, videographer. Mainly, I had fun doing the production with these guys. Si wale nimezoea, but it was very fun. Kulikuwa na challenges, but it is what it is. Alafu, thanks to our extras, nimesikia Lula complain pale hajaandikwa, thanks. Na our Madam Milka, Mr. Peter, thanks. Na wengine, thank you.
Hello everyone. My name is Kasita Simon and I was the editor. I faced very many challenges because first of all, because I was not there during the recording, so, and also the footages they gave me, I had to rely on God to edit them. Because sorry to say, but I was really pissed. I was like, why do, because during recording, someone was zooming in, and not just sudden zoom, zoom, zoom. And the footage is really very important. I need the footage. So that's why I used too much sound so I had to cut some parts, and also the sound was also a problem. But I'm glad it came out very well. Thank you.
Tulipeana nafasi ya kutoa watu makosa. Hamuongei. Waliiba footage yenu. Zifora is complaining. Mliiba footage ya wenyewe. Come, say.
The editing was nice.
Was nice. Yeah. Wengine kuna critic.
I loved the script and whatever the director did.
Okay. But the sounds. Okay. Nana mganga ameamua kuleta culture ya Kikuwa huku Nairobi. It's okay. We are going for group 3. Group 3. You have something to say, Magina? Oh, come forward. Njoo hapa mbele.
Yeah, I'd just like to personally thank that group. You've done an amazing job, especially kwa Babu. Babu umeniua kwa hiyo kiti. So yeah, you've inspired me, by the way. I think I would consider... Okay, sitaki kwa mganga, but nilikuwa tunataka kupena commentary on the group. The coordination, I loved how you worked together. Hata kama mnasema it's a rush. It's something. It's really something. Yeah. I don't have much to say about that.
Babu umeguza wengi.
On a critical tone, yeah? The camera person, please next time watch your stability. You have some serious stability problems and you're giving the editor a very big problem when they are editing.
Shaskia. Group 3, are we ready? So for group 3 now, relax for group 3.
I need a boost. My brain is fried.
Same, that last lecture felt like it lasted a century. Mr. Maniki, right? Yeah. That mwalimu is boring, Bana. We need to go. I wish it could have been Madam Lucy. Exactly, I support that. Frisbee showdown in 10 minutes. You guys in? Come on. I can barely lift my head. Let alone running. Just stand up. Just do this thing. Let someone serving miracle. No. Come on, you guys. Let's go do this thing.
Well, guess what? I got what you exactly needed.
Now that's the kind of energy I can get behind.
Liquid girl. Yes.
All right. No more excuses. Let's go shut down that frisbee. You are so going down. Bad by cock. Let's do this.
Am I the only one mwenye anasikia kunywa Coca-Cola? Watuko wengi. Hiyo group mkisimama hapa mko na coke za kutupea. Hamwezi tupea tu hiyo tamaa for bure. So group 3 members kindly. Tusonge, you give us your experience. Group 3 ni moja tu. Oh, okay.
For group 3, I want to thank myself because I was there. You saw me on the camera. That was my group drinking Coca-Cola. Yeah, we did it. You saw?
Saseni, haikuwa rahisi lakini nimejaribu. Yeah, this was our group. It was fun working together. Though tulikuwa tuna difficulties, but we did it.
Saseni, I'm DJ, I was on sound. Thanks.
Saseni, yes, I'm Rachel, and yeah, that is what we did. Tuliamua to fanya adverts, and I feel like we would have done better, but next time, yeah, there's always a next time. So they all took roles in shooting, as you have seen. So our videographer apparently was not part of our group. Yeah, videographer was Cynthia. Cynthia ndo alikuwa videographer wetu. I edited, he did sound, and then our walikuwa on set. So it was good working with the ladies because our tu ndio walikuwa kwa set wanaonekana. It was an amazing one, and asanteni. And we hope for better for next time. Thank you.
Yeah, my name's Joseph, and I'm a member of this group. Yeah.
Okay, lastly, mkumbuke kununua Coca-Cola.
You have heard them, even ndo wanaongea. Mmewasikia? That was us. Yeah.
Let us appreciate them for that amazing work they've done. Before we continue with group 4, We are still gonna see group 4, 5, na 6 baadaye, but I want us to welcome Mr. Peter. Let us appreciate him as he comes and takes us to the next session.
With due decorum of protocol, our invited guest, Linda Alela, my fellow colleagues, engineering department, special recognition, thank you so much. And the students, journalism and media, class of 2024, good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well. We've taken this particular break basically because we also want to make progress in terms of getting some highlights from one of the panelists who has graced this occasion. And I have the honor and privilege to introduce Linda Alela, who is, it might concern you to know that she's an alumni of GPS, and we are proud to say that. She is on mainstream media, hosts a political show on TV 47 at one particular point. She has hosted high esteemed guests, and we want to hear from her experience what it takes to interview such kind of esteemed guests, and also to have to offer motivation really to this class. Madam Alela, this is just part of the journalism and film students. What we have watched so far is a production predominantly done by students with minimal supervision from teachers. I am sure they have also insinuated that we are not where we ought to be, but we are what we call work in progress. So it is my honor and privilege to welcome you on stage just to share your insights and encourage these wonderful young upcoming journalism and film producers. Let's encourage her as she, thank you.
Thank you so much for the great introduction and for the honor and privilege to be here. All protocols observed. Yes, the lecturers as well as the students. Hamjamboni. Hata mwezi niklapia tu vizuri. Mbona hamna psych? Mbona hamna psych? First of all, wacha nimuite Mavenges. Mnajua anaitwa Mavenges? Do you all know that he's called that? What do you call him? Benjamin. All right, so he's Mavenges. You, in your own time, ask him why I call him that. Simgenipatia hata maji. Surely, ama hata Coca-Cola. Yani mmenipatia popcorns, alafu mna expect ni smile, alafu muone ma-India popcorns imebaki hapo. Is that really in order? But anyway, I'm joking. I am delighted to be here, and I'm very, very grateful to grace this session. Huyo ni teacher anakimbia hivyo kuniletea maji. Ungeleta, I am okay. I was just kidding. I just wanted to make a light moment out of this so that mkiona niko na ma-India popcorn hapa msiende kusema ati huyo dem ni aje ama ni aje. Like you've heard, my name is Linda Alela. Linda Alela is a journalist. Linda Alela is a mother. Linda Alela is a wife. Linda Alela is an alumni of this place, and I'm very delighted to be back home. And not just coming back home as a student, coming back home as a journalist or as an anchor or as a member of this church, but coming back home to give back to these great souls that are seated right there in front of me. Nikizungu hiyo, eh? I'm very, very delighted to be here. So I don't want us to take so much time. I think I get to the business of the day, but I hope that I could meet you guys some other time. Tukiendelea. First of all, I must admit that I'm very, very proud of what I have seen so far. Extremely proud. Nitaongeza chumvi hapo niseme I'm very, very proud of Group 2. I am very, very proud of Group 2, you know. I mean, such is life. Eh? When you do a good thing, and it's a competitive world, and that is what the media space is, a competitive world, that when you do a good thing, you give it all your best, you must be acknowledged, right? Sisi wote hatuwezi kuwa level moja, but sisi wote tuko na opportunity ya grow and to get to the next level. Why I'm saying I am proud of Group 2 is because, well, definitely they picked the hard assignment. Wengine hapo nimeona wamepick rahisi advertisement. Advert si rahisi. It's actually the hardest to make. He will tell you that because then it is you communicating in the shortest time possible and making sense, right? Umeona wameiba ya YouTube, si ndio? They had no choice but to do that. Ni kama Coca-Cola zilikuwa zimeisha kwa duka. Coca-Cola zilikuwa zimeisha, amngeweza kuchukua dem moja hapo msupu afanye, lazima tu mmeenda courtesy of YouTube. But anyway, you all have done a good job. You have done what I don't think I can do at this point. And it's because I guess you have the best of teachers. You are coming in at a time when technology is very friendly. You're coming in at a time when, you know, you get the best of equipments in the market. And therefore, when I get to see this, I am very happy to acknowledge that indeed, the future is bright. The future of journalism and the future of every one of you that is seated here. Sindio? So keep up what it is that you're doing. I think you're getting the best of the best. Sometimes when you tell people you are at GBS, it does probably not make sense. Maybe it doesn't make sense to you yourselves. Labda mlikuwa mnataka kukuwa Daystar. Labda mna hope mngekuwa hapo USIU next door. But I can tell you for free that you're doing something I would never have imagined would come out of this place. Not because this place is not a good place, but because, yeah, I am surprised. I really am. That kind of production is basically what is in the market today. That kind of production is not short of anything in any way. It is something I can comfortably take and go and sell to Coca-Cola and tell them, you know what? We're thinking business and we can do something for you and we can advertise your product. You're thinking business, you're thinking commercial. That is a production I would take to my station, which is TV47, and tell them, haya, kuna wasi hapa, wanaweza script write. Kuna wasi hapa, wakona production flani. Can we play that, you know? I do a program called Beyond the Limit as well. Beyond the Limit is largely about interviewing persons that have gone through difficult times in life, yeah? Born with challenges, you know, persons with disability, and sometimes just listening to their stories of difficulties and how far they have made it to where it is that they have. And you know, I'm telling you, these people have stories. Probably that's the reason why Harrison is always here. Harrison comes across as that #1 student in what he does. If I'm going out of this place, I'll tell you I'll remember Harrison without doubt. Not because he was the MC, not because alikuwa hapa, but because I can tell that Harrison has gone through it, and Harrison has realized that there's more to life than, you know, just succumbing to the troubles that you're in, right? I thought ni production too ya project. Kumbe it's a true story. Sometimes it takes for you to go through difficult times to appreciate the moments that you're given to you, right? Sasa zile hujapitia hizo shida huwezi ona hata haja kukuja hapa ati kukua kimbelembele. They call us kimbelembele, eh? Sometimes huwezi ona haja kukua kimbelembele. But when you go through it, my friend, there's nothing else that matters than shining. There's nothing else that matters than going out of your way and getting it. When we say we are alumni of GBS, when we go out to the market, GBS is not seen as the big deal. But I'm telling you, we are the ones who are dominating this industry today. You go to every media station, you're not going to miss out on getting a GBS person. I can tell you that for free. Go to Citizen, go to Cape Media, which is TV47, hapa kwetu, right next. Go to KTN, go to NTV. We are dominating. And we're not just dominating ati kienyeji hivi ati kuna mtu mmoja hapo ni others. We are not others. We are there. We're taking up. I am proud to say this, and I've never said this in life because it would sound like I am bragging, like I'm a Mluo. By the way, Miss Mluo, by the way, Junaito Linda Alela Sawa. It would sound like I'm bragging, but sometimes I want to pretend that what when you know TV47, sometimes I want to pretend that see view and all that. But deep down me, I know, and it shows, you know, unapologetically, right? And it's because of the people who believed in me, and it's because I noticed that they sikuwa serious. Yani, lakini ukweli, unaona hapa kwa book yangu ya notes, niliandika water hapa juu, eh? So, and then nikaona Coca-Cola, nikaongeza hapo Coca-Cola. So I'm very grateful, eh? So I am just trying to tell you that you are on track. And I'm about to speak haraka too on the things of what the industry is like and all that. Nani anajua Sarat? Okay. Wacha turudi kwa Misheveve. Wacha turudi kwa hiyo story ya Misheveve. Nilisikia mkisema Misheveve. Nani anajua Misheveve? Nani anajua Misheveve? Misheveve ni nini? Okay, ni matawi ya malenge. Misheveve ni terere. Hapana. We, misheveve ni matawi ya malenge. Actually, misheveve ni matawi. I wanted to know whether you're convinced that you know what misheveve is. Nani anajua sarat? Ivan, unajua sarat ni nini? Ivan ni mgani? Sarat ni nini? Ni mboga ya kienyeji. Beautiful. Nani anajua hiyo joke ilitokea wapi? Chief alifanya nini? Chief alikuwa anafanya nini? Beautiful. Chief alikuwa anapeana, anasema alikuwa anapigia hesabu ya minus, right? Why I'm asking that question is because this was a doing of the media, right? This was a media story. This was something that is, I think hata ilikuwa TV47. Acha tu tuambiane ukweli. I think ni reporter wetu mwingine alifanya hiyo story. So I just wanted to jog our minds and know just how much alert we are as to what is happening. How many of us watch news? How many of us dig deep to understand? Mbona watu wanasema misheveve? Nani ataenda online ku understand kwa nini misheveve ina trend? You come for 500 bob? Ama unataka ngapi from me, eh? For being a good journalist. For being a good journalist. You know, because you must know what is happening. You have no choice but to know what is going on. Sindio? You have no choice but to go deeper. You're not just wale watu wako na simu poa na wana blog online. You're not that. You must go extra to find out what is going on. And that brings us to our very first point of just getting to understand what the journalistic space is. Understanding the media landscape. You must understand the media landscape. We are worried, and I'm sure you people are in class and are reading and are worried that, siku hizi kila mtu na kamera yake anaweza fanya citizen journalism. Why do I need to continue studying? I mean, siku hizi TV maybe inaenda kupitwa na wakati because of the online space. Why do I have to continue studying? I'm sure those are the questions that sometimes cross your mind. When I said I wanted to be a journalist, my mom discouraged me. First of all, everybody thought that I speak really good English. They almost asked me, kama nilisoma group of schools, which is not, nilisoma tu hapa, mahali pengine tu hapo, shule tu hizo shule za kawaida, you know? And everybody thought I'm very confident and all that. So they kept on telling me, utakuwa mtangazaji. And I was like, yeah, someday I'm going to be on TV. No matter what. Hata kama ndakuwa napita hapo kupeana maji, I'll be on screen. And true to it, whatever it is that you declare at a very tender age, the power of the tongue. I am telling you, this is what I saw and this is what I am. I am living my life. Yani hata nisipolipwa mshahara, I am living what I loved to be. How much more when unaishi hiyo kitu ulikuwa unataka kufanya alafu unalipwa do? It must feel nice, right? It must feel really nice. So I'm sure you're asking yourself, mbona sasa na industry ni hivyo? So my mom was telling me, hiyo industry iko na kila mtu. Hata Dora alienda kusomea journalism. What makes you think utapata job huko? Hiyo ni space ya wadosi, hiyo ni space ya... And I'm telling you, this profession of ours is envied out there. It's a cool thing to be a journalist. At least it is up until now, unless kitu itokee hapo iharibike, you know? So my mom used to tell me, you find something else to do because utakuwa disappointed. And I was like, no, kwani hii space ni ya kina nani? I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. And so I got myself to school to study journalism, a different institution, campus. And then my nephew called me one day when I was working somewhere else and I was waiting to graduate. And then he told me, naona kama GBS wanachukua wase. It was some program they were just doing. And I told myself, GBS wanachukua wase. Nikalenga tu. Tena akaniuliza, umeangalia kama GBS wanachukua watu? Mimi nikakuja tu hapa nikasema siku moja let me come in the morning. I crossed and went there nikapimia nikapata haya ukweli there's some interviews ongoing. Hata sija inviteiwa for the interview. Nikajikaza nikadanganya yenyewe najua ni institution ya Mungu but nilidanganya nikasema mimi nimeinvitiwa hiyo interview. And then they invited me. There were like 90 people. And out of the 90 people, I think only 4 of us or 6 of us were picked. Moja ni mimi, moja ni Louis. Nani anakumbuka Louis wa Maria? Ama mko mnawochi hiyo kipindi. Ule chali anaitwa Brian Ogana, anaitwa Louis wa Maria. Tulikuwa na yeye at the same time tukapikiwa. And then there was a lady called Evelyn. Evelyn trains modeling hapa. And then there was a lady called Jackie Okachi as well. She was part of the institution, but sasa alikuwa anachukuliwa. So like about 4 of us were picked. And it's been a long beautiful journey of learning. I'm also reminding you that this is your time to learn, right? And nikaanza kufanya kazi bila hata kakitu. But it was fun because then I was getting into the actual thing of what it is that I am doing. And then they began paying me, and then I moved from GBS to different station here. Na wewe teacher, si ungesema tu nime-interview President William Ruto. Wacha kwenda kusema, even though I don't know whether it's anything to be proud of it anymore. Unajua vile sasa watu wanasema Zakayo aende, you can't even be proud to say that I've interviewed the president, right? But I have. It is that big, and very many other high profile people, right? I still do not believe it myself when I'm called upon to do these things. But do I second guess myself up until this point? I nasema, hey, uko sure? Then equally I remind myself of the virtues that I got, and that's the plus of being in this institution. Because while it looks ugly when you're trained about the gospel, it teaches you so much about life. And so sometimes I remind myself that, anyway, God, you don't choose the able, you choose people and you make them able. And then I just go with that. And the next thing everyone is saying, that was a brilliant job. I can't understand. I still cannot understand why it has got to be me. But I also remind myself that I need to work hard to make myself better. So in as much as Nasemati, I'm the chosen one, I always go that extra mile of, getting to understand the media landscape, the evolutions, that it is now a trendy world. I have seen what it is that you people are doing, and I feel like coming back to class. I feel like, mkikuja pale mtatutoa kwa soko, because then you're coming over with so much that has changed in the landscape, so much that has changed in the curriculum, so much that is about technology. And that's where the world is headed. And so we are trying to remind you that, yes, there's something beautiful about the old days, the traditional media, but there's so much to learn about the current world and the current trends and innovation and technology, and you have no option but to run that. You must be diverse. I like that mwingine hapa ni editor, all of a sudden ni actor, all of a sudden ndio ako camera, all of a sudden ndio anaandika script, all of a sudden ni ndio anafanya sijui nini. You must be diverse because industry ni friendly but at the same time ni competitive. That leo utakuja tu useme wewe ni presenter, alafu kuna mwingine atakuja na aseme anaweza handle camera, na anaweza handle teleprompter, na anaweza handle nini, na anaweza act. Tell me why you're going to be picked na wewe awachwe. And this is the time to learn and make mistakes. This is the time to shika hiyo kamera. Unajua, this is the time to try edit it. Watu wakutukani wakwambia yenyewe hapo umeangua. But then you learn. I appreciate GBS once again because today hata camera person akini frame na mwambianga hiyo frame itakuwa mbaya. They choose to listen to me, we do a good job. They choose to say that I'm the camera person. Eventually ukiangalia end product unaona iko na kasoro unasema nilikuambia. It is how much you have been taught diversity. Hapa ndani tulikuwa tuna jam. He's my trainer, by the way. I might need to remind you that, yeah? Because nilikuja GBS nikapata kama wako hapo practically handling those things, eh? And so sangine ulikuwa unaambiwa uingie hapo ukue anchor, before you know it unaambiwa ukue presenter, before you know it nilikuwa nauza GBS TV home shopping. Nilikuwa nauza hadi sukuma kwa TV. It's not even a joke, And actually most of the people who meet me today tell me, we know you. Nilikuwa na wapi, GBS. Not even TV47, not even the other stations I've been to. Because it was a unique concept. Mnatuuzia sukuma kwa TV, na tunanunua, na tunapika. It's not even a joke. So I'm telling you, diversity, you can't run away from that element of diversity, even as you try to understand the media landscape. So it is incumbent upon you to go that extra mile. Lecturer atakupatia maybe 50 minutes of their time in a day. So how diverse do you get yourselves to be? How do you look at this gentleman who is a good editor and go to them and tell them, si unifundishe ku-edit? Why don't you sit down with him? Wewe ni Mkambodia? Unajua Wakamba ndio wanajifanyanga wanapenda Kiswahili. Wewe ni Mkamba? Wewe ni Mkamba, eh? Wakamba tunawajua. Ni babu ndio nauliza kama yeye ni Mkamba. Umesikia vile ametuambia hapa Wahenga na kadhalika. Unajua wanatokanga karibu na Mombasa. But babu, that's a good job. If you are the script writer, that is an amazing job. That you do not have to wait for your certificate to begin making money. You can be making money while you're doing this. I had you people asking yourselves, kama ungekuwa journalism class, ungekuwa unafanya nini? The world is so diverse. Mimi hata naweza kuwa babu sahi kama bado niko huko. Si hata saa hii naweza kuja kulecture hapa saa hii kama bado niko TV, right? So the ground is quite diverse and open for you, that you can still be a journalist, but at the same time, be a chef. You can still be a journalist, but at the same time, do all these other things. Ujanja ni kujipanga na kukua poa kwa what you do, because you can't be disposed. Nikienda TV47, I do a good job. Yani no matter how much I skive, na sisemi watu waende kwa skive job, they'd be like, hey, Linda akitupatia natupatia the best. So akiomba tu off the Tuesday, mwacheni aende akashoot vitu zake za YouTube, right? It's a world where technology allows us to be on screen even when we've not been hired to be on screen. Ati saa hii naweza chukua tu simu yangu nifanye kitu yoyote na niweke online. You're coming in at a very good time. Sisi siku zetu ilikuwa either upate kazi GBS ama ngoje na hiyo talent yako mpaka siku ile njia itafunguka. Siku hizi njia unajifungulia, true or false? So Babu, please begin making money out of that. All the actors and actresses, begin making money out of that. Or better yet, do the right thing at the right time and be diverse. But in all this, I'm sure you've been taught something to do with ethics and safety, right, of journalism. That we must be distinguished from the persons who've not gone to class to study journalism, right? Wewe umeingia class, una understand the code of ethics and conduct. You cannot operate like ule mtu wa kawaida. Huwezi operate kama blogger. You cannot. Huwezi operate kama comedian, na sisemi kukua comedian ni vibaya. Siku hizi kuna hata comedians wenye wanakuwa trained in journalism, even though sometimes like nakasirikanga because they have taken our jobs. Even actors and actresses, umekuwa influencer, uko na numbers mingi online, unakuja pale unapewa show. Linda kama bado anasema niko na papers za journalism na vitu kama hizo, yeah? But I will always stand out because then I understand the ethics and the code of conduct. I understand just how sensitive I have to be when I am doing hayuko hapa? When I am doing that show that involves a person with disability. You must understand the language of journalism. That today, you are not going to come and say, now this is a blind person, visually impaired. You're not going to say that this is a deaf and dumb person. They are offended when you do that. You must understand the language. Ulisema ni parallelism na dumbness. Dumbness ni gani hiyo? And it's fine. That's why I say it's the beauty of making mistakes at this point, yeah? But you must remind yourself that you're not mtu wa kawaida. You must remind yourself that you have to go that extra mile to constantly read. Read books as much as you can, because books will take you to different worlds. Read storybooks, because they will tell you of what happens in America, even when you're not in America. Take your time to listen to Trump, because he will tell you what is happening in America, even when you're not there. And like they say, the world is a global village. And as a journalist, you cannot be excused of not knowing. Ignorance, you can't be excused. And so you must understand your language, and you must understand the ethics and the standards of journalism, right? Definitely look at the future trends. Tunaangalianga hapo mbele. Si tunaambiwanga kila siku asubuhi. The world is digital. Mkizubaa hivi tutawachuja, tutaleta Gen Z, tutaleta Gen Alpha, na ni fact ya life. Because hawa wanakuja, kama bado mimi najaribu kuprint, kutype, sijui kunini, ameingia ChatGPT, mnajua? Sitaki kusema na nguvu. Mnajua sasa yeye ameshaingia hapo ndani, amefanya hiyo magic, ameshaleta hiyo shortcut, amedeliver. But even still, the shortcut is also not so good, because eventually you will miss out on the crispiness and the importance of some things, right? And so usijingishe kwa world ya AI sana mpaka usahau, as in utegemee, depend so much on AI. There's beauty in originality. There's beauty in sitting down and saying, enyewe your script ni yangu, your script sikuchukua ya mtu ama sijui kitu kama hiyo. It's fine to be aware of what is happening in the world of technology and running away and running up with that, yeah? But yes, you must understand the future trends. You know, you must be individual in this space and understand just how much you need to penetrate the digital world. Kivyako. Before ifike kwa group, before ifike kwa institution yako, you must understand how best to engage your audience every time, because everything that we do about TV, whether it is the production beat, whether it is the camera work, whether it is editing, whether it is the presenting, si yako, it is for your audience. That is why every time you're reminded, Ebu, identify your audience. Before you find anything, you're always told, unataka ku speak to what audience? Nataka kuongea kwa Gen Zs, nataka kuongelesha politicians, nataka kuongelesha mama boga. Audience, 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 every time. proper understanding of your audience, proper understanding of yourself as an individual and what you're good at and what you can deliver and what you can perfect, then that helps you a great deal in you just penetrating and surviving. And sometimes unaonanga watu wanafanya yenyewe vitu zao za ujinga hadi unabo. Mimi nikiwatch Bahati na nani huyo bibi yake alitoka Diana wananiboingi. But guess what? They are speaking to an audience and they are making money out of it. Sometimes you can't understand why they are doing this thing. But they have identified that they are comfortable in this space and that they are doing and giving it their best. And they are doing it. Utamtukana lakini yesi anaunda do yake. That's the bottom line. So it is you to understand your own trends and the audience and basically the trends in the market. Go and run. You must understand the role of journalism in society. The role of the media in society. Unajua mimi nikienda hata home kwetu nikiongea hata baba yangu akiongea hakuna mtu anamsikiza. Wanasikizanga mimi juu mimi ndio journalist because they know we are the opinion shapers. They know that before baba yangu ajue Ruto wako wapi, the chances are that Linda knows. They know that mtu wa TV akisema for sure iwezi kuwa uongo. That wacha tukimbie Cyprian Nyakundi hapo ni blogger. Cyprian amesema lazima ni ukweli. But ngoja tungoje Citizen TV tuone kama wameconfirm. And so you must understand the role of journalism in society and just how important it is in shaping the lives of very many people. That you can easily get people down the drain or you can easily lift them up. We can choose to burn our nation as journalists. We can choose to have a beautiful nation as journalists. And therefore, it's important that we are well clear on what role we play in society. Because that will help us shape our content, that will help us be appreciated, that will help us create a better world. Sindio? That is very, very important. There are lots of challenges here. I'm telling you girls, there are a lot of challenges. Utakatiwa. Utaambiwa ndio ukwe kwa screen. Lazima katambi. Right? You will hear all that stories. You will hear all that. The men will tell you that even themselves are going through it today. Utaona, sahi umekuja hapa, and I struggle with this a lot. Kuna huyu mtu akona numbers mingi online, mimi sina numbers mingi online. Na kuna saa zingine tu watu wenye numbers zinakataanga tu. Unajaribu inakukataa tu. But you're told, you know what, si tunatafuta mtu mwenye akona numbers. So unfortunately, jenga numbers. It can break your heart. It can break your heart, but it doesn't mean that it's the end. And therefore, there are lots of challenges that you will go through in this space. There are a lot of temptations. You will meet someone who tells you, who are your story? That is now when you are in the newsroom. Who are your story? Milioni tano ndio hii. So this is a point where you have to decide. Ethics, nanja. Zote ni muhimu, eh? It is how hungry you are, but at the same time, how disciplined you are to the call of journalism. Sindio? And that is a challenge. It might look like it's a good thing, lakini my friend, si mambo rahisi. It is a huge challenge. Girls will tell you that, saa zingine utaenda hapa, somebody else is doing a good job than you. Does it mean now you ship out or you try to learn from them? You know, you will get to this space, it feels like it's a small station and maybe you can't fly. You will try your online space and begin your YouTube page 3, 6, 1 year, months later. Hata Mavenje haja subscribe kwa yangu. I can tell you for free. Mavenje ni Benjamin, teacher Benjamin, eh? Hata mimi niko na YouTube channel. La haja subscribe. Nani boys wangu. But you know what? You're just like, okay, sawa, that is the industry. Those are some of the challenges. And therefore, you must be strong, resilient, and you must hold your ethics and values so hard. Because these ones are the ones that are going to help you. First of all, stay in the game long. Because it's one thing to be in the game, it's another to stay long. It's another one to be consistent. It's another one to constantly deliver and be relevant, and especially in this competitive world. But if you follow the guidelines that have been accorded to you, there's no rocket science to surviving the challenges. Hakuna rocket science. Ni zile tu vitu ulifundishwa class zitakusaidia kugrow. Ni the same thing that are going to help you get into that digital transformation. The very same things. So just hold on to the values that have been taught to you and understand that it's not an easy space. Utaingia huko nje, struggle, but eventually when you're resilient enough. Hapa hakuna Mkorea. Walikuwa wanatufanyia ile kitu mbaya ile. Sometimes you really feel like telling them, go back to Korea, huku hapa si kwenyu. But they taught us a great deal, I can't lie to you. Mimi, I don't think I have found a space where kuna strictness ya kulearn than I got hapa GBS. That mi singeingia hewani na nywele sijui inakaaje. They tell you no, that is not good hair. Siku hizi saa ingine unaweza ingia tu kienyeji hivi unless kuna ule mdosi wako mwenye ako serious na nywele. Au wengine wanaweza kuacha tu uingie hivyo. Ukianza kuangalia kwa screen unaona mbona nywele yangu inakaa funny. But hapa walikuwa wanaangalia strictly like it was a business of everybody to make sure that a production is a success. That when you look down or when you're seated there and unaangalia production yenu unasema that's a good job, a job well done. You acknowledge the importance of teamwork. And therefore, while it is a space where you can survive individually, you must acknowledge the importance of teamwork. And just pick the values that you get from class that will help you survive out there. Saa zingine pia lazima ukue mkora pale kwa industry. Ukipata njia ya ukora usijifanye ati rigid sana. Lakini si ukora mbaya, si ukora yenye ita compromise credibility yako. Because it's just one thing that will get you down. Unaamka hivi, unafunga macho, unafungua hivi. You're out. And I hate to use this example, but look at Jackie Maribe. I hate to use this example. Jackie alikuwa kama MP ukiingia parliament. Alikuwa wale reporter parliament ndio kusema. And she used to do a good job. Give it to her. Or better yet, maybe hakuwa na wow factor, but as time went by, Ali picked the right things to do. And look at where she is today. It's just one blink of an eye. It could not have been her mistake. But you're constantly reminded that mi siwezi enda tu kula hivi hivi kila mahali. Unfortunately, life yako inakuwa limited. Siwezi tu interact na watu kienyeji tu hivi. There must be limits. Siwezi tu vaa hivi kienyeji. Nimevaa tu hapa juu hapa ni mtaa. Alafu unajua pia ni Friday kunanyesha and all that. So I can get away with it. And I'm also coming to speak to young tax, and therefore you must speak their language even in dressing. But you can't just kujibeba kienyeji. Whether you're a camera person, whether you're an editor, whether you're a director, a producer, and anything, I'm sure these things you're taught in class, the very same things are applicable outside. Hakuna kitu ingine mpya tutaenda kukutana nayo, right? And so the challenges, you can always know how to run with them. Sindio? Skills. No matter how good you are, kupass exam you're written. If you don't have the skills, then I'm afraid hauendi mahali. Ukitaka ukue kama mimi mwenye nilikuwa nasema mimi sitaki mambo ya kamera na sitaki mambo ya editing, mimi nataka tu kuwa kwa screen. Wewe jua vile perfect vile utakaa kwa screen, right? And go for that. In as much as it's important that you're all round. If you're a cameraman, give it your best shot, because kuna cameraman hapa nje, my friend. Unaweza piga picha yako uangalie mtu mwingine mpaka ujiambie tu acha nifunge duka. Because what am I doing here, right? It is a competitive world. So you must give it your best and your best shot. And at a space where unapata tu kamera, run with it. Hata usifikirie mara mbili. Wacha wakuitange kimbele kama umelan, si ndio? Shinda kwa lecturer, msumbue all you can. Shinda kwa best yako mwenye unafikiria anajua kamera poa, msumbue all you can, because the future is for the persons that are tech savvy. The future is for the persons that are radical, that know how to seize the opportunity. The future is for hao kimbelembele. Even the Bible says that the violent will take it by force. It's just basically that. Hiyo ndio concept ya life kila mahali. So lazima ukue willing kufuata career path yako, but even as you follow your career path, just be radical in understanding the different spaces and perfecting your arts. Ndio, you must network and mentorship. Najua mnaangalia hapa mnashindwa sasa, huyu Linda anatupigisha kelele yenye tunajua kila siku, sijui ticha nani anatuambianga. The reason why some of these things you're told, hizi vitu nawaambia si mpya, I know. But sometimes in life as a person you need to be reminded. Unajua ulikuwa umeset ka goal ukajiambia hii mwaka, before mwaka ishi nitakuwa nimemaliza. Media, hiyo kitu ilitoka kwa akili. Alafu mtu mwingine anakuja hapa anafanya motivation, unakumbuka by the way, I have to go back to course. And the good thing about life is that there are always chances. Ingine na ingine na ingine. And that you can always wake up and say, enyewe, back to the goal. So these talks that we have, and your lecturers will bring another one, and another one, and another one. They're going to tell you the same things. But their main, and I think in journalism we also learn the importance of repetition. You know, an emphasis. So we're just trying to create emphasis and repeating the same thing so that we constantly remind you that you need to stay on course. Hizi vitu zote nawaambia, mkiingia hata online, mtapata. When you're told, please make sure that your mental state is okay, it's not because we think you do not know. It's because we're just reminding you that it's important that you also hear it from the people who've gone through the difficult times. It's important for me to tell you, vile nilikuwa na hema, kukujanga huku, sangine na hepa, sangine nasikia nimeboeka. Also, I got a husband here. So, hapa ndani tu. Hapa tu ndani, hapa. Unaona, mtu asiende mbali, you get. Nani ana date nani hapa? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's the beauty of life, Because pia hawa wanaweza kula time yako, utaonwa saa ngapi? Wale wako tu ndani ndio wanakuona. You know, you get a husband here. I got married in this church, interestingly, you know. So I'm married, naboeka, nasikia, watu wanatubeba ufala, wedding yangu could have been better, wako na nini, mbona wanatukazia. But still I got married here. And I got a husband here. And I got a baby when I'm here. Actually, I think the last show nilifanya nilikuwa na mimba, ilikuwa huko kubwa sana. And even still, wakanichuja tu bado, lakini nikaboeka nao, but you know what? I always remember the good memories, and I'm like, you know what? Count them all joy. Because now when you go to a place where mambo ni easy, you're like, yeah, you can survive. Unajua? And there's nothing as beautiful as that. Sisemi watu wapate mabibi hapa ama mabola hapa. But if it happens, it's a beautiful thing. We celebrate and we keep doing what it is that we need to do. Check out on each other every time. The progress of your friends. Check out on their mental health, because that's the biggest concern today. Check out on whether they are okay. That is why we have phones today. Drop a WhatsApp text. Joke around. Make life as interesting as possible, so that when you wake up tomorrow morning, you're looking forward to go to class. Ndio? Just because, unakumbuka kuna so and so na nikimuonanga mi feel poa. Ndio? So please make sure that you make a community within yourselves, because hivi vile mko tu, nyinyi ndio mtakuwa kwa industry, nyinyi ndio mtaitiana jobs, ama nyinyi ndio mtaitiana gigs. Ben will tell you that they do a lot of gigs with the people that they worked together. Ndio? So you're making a community from this very point. You're making a life from this very point. This is beyond journalism. This is beyond media. This is beyond camera work. This is beyond editorial work. This is about building a family and friendships that will last for the rest of time. This is about meeting new faces that I would say, niliona ka script writer kengine kanoma, hebu tukatry, you know, hebu tukatry. And then I call Ben, I tell Ben, hebu ule alikuwa anaitwa nani, ule babu hako wapi, you know, and all that. So don't take it for granted. Live life, appreciate, do all the mistakes you can do at this point, and you will shine without doubt. All the best. I love you all, and I wish you nothing but the best. Sindio? Right? Naenda kufanya 4 p.m. Naenda kufanya 4 p.m. news from here. So watch. Mtakuwa mmemaliza kweli, mstream hapa, watch 4 p.m. Sindio? In a moment I'll have changed. Nitakuwa nimefanya makeup, nimevaa dress yangu supu, and I do what I love doing. Sindio? I love all the best. All the best. And once again, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you all. Sindio? All right, God bless.
We can do better than that one, huh? Wow, that was quite insightful and enlightening as well, Linda. And thank you for vindicating what we've been telling these amazing upcoming young journalists and filmmakers. And we are indeed grateful that you could make time. And personally, I've watched you on screen, and I must say you're also doing incredibly well. I'm sure they have jotted so many things about you, and there must be some change. And the fact that you're that aggressive, and I normally tell them it's not for the faint-hearted. So you have to go outside there and show the world what you really have. And because of your time constraint, we will not hold you for long. We will be able to release you to continue with the errands at the other end as you prepare for your 4 p.m. show. And we will watch, definitely. We will watch. And we would like maybe just a group photo with this amazing, a group photo. Yeah. This is an opportunity to appear with a mainstream celebrity. So it doesn't happen often. Wengine wanaweza simama nyuma. In the interest of time, we will progress swiftly. Kindly just observe silence as we continue to screen the projects. And right. So I've got a notification that we are requested to take just a break for 10 minutes. A break for 10 minutes, and we'll be back because there's something that has to happen here now for 10 minutes. And the good thing is I will be taking the rota. I am aware that I sent a letter to the WhatsApp page that communicated the seriousness of film screening or lack of it. So if you are unserious, then you are tantamount to be called a deviant, and you will be subjected to a disciplinary committee. One of the resolutions from the disciplinary committee, you may be suspended indefinitely. You may be barred from sitting your end of semester exam. You may never graduate. So let's come back after 10 minutes. Thank you. We are pressed by time. So we are going to screen concurrently until the end, because this room has to be used exactly at 2:50, right? So because of time, we'll play them, all of them. Then if we get a chance to speak at the end, we win. Sawa sawa.
Mi hata sifanyi. Mi nakwambia kitu sitaifanya. Mi kwanza nafaa leo si ni Friday. Mi naenda kuteka nap bana, kesho ni siku muhimu.
Kwani kuna form na sijui man.
Ai, si John akona bashi sato. Akona bashi sato, umebaki nyuma. Buda.
Leo manzi nilikuwa nakushow sasa. Umevaa glasses? Wewe lazima ingie box yangu.
Buda, hizi ni ndoto. Mi nakwambia unakuanga na ndoto mingi. Hizi ni ndoto pale uwezani. Ai, fanya hivi. Kama unawezana. Ukiweza kujia punch.
Napenda hiyo.
Na ukishindwa hivi na kujia punch ya mine.
Be ready. Wewe kuwa ready kutoa tu punch. Kuwa ready. Usiache nikute mali basi.
Buda, mimi nakwambia hizi zako ni madelusion.
Man. Bana Alan ananiona aje bana. Udem lazima ingie box yangu. Na sio ati nini. Ama unaona aje? Nakwambia nakuanga na charisma nyingine. Udem hizi kosa kuingia box yangu. But anyway, find out. Although anaitwa Julia, tutajulia mbele juu story. Najua Alan ananionga kaa fala. Anadhani mimi nikaa yeye bana. Although sijashuka lines bana, but today mtakuwa na mspitia lines. Si utaona tu, wewe utasi. Na unajua can you see where I'm going with this? Today already ameshaingia box yangu. I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You can call me Steven Austin. Get it? Najua wase wengi unitanga delusional, but ni karakta yangu. Ni karakta yangu tunajuanga. But kitu yenye sigetingi ni best yake, sijui anaitwanga Hana. Sijui uko na shida gani, ama juu ananga chali, ananga manzi. Sorry, not ananga manzi. Ananga haga, ananga sura. Kitu anakonga nayo ni appetite. Na uko na appetite kaya fundi man. Udemo unikazia, sijui ananifeelingi aje man. Ile time tu naenda close to Julia, lazima akue ana ni mess up. Ana dilute zile mamistari na mtupia. But mimi naonanga ananitaka. Ama nyinyi mnaona aje? Naonanga ananitaka juu. Udem tangu sehemu ya kwanza anakuanga tu cold. Anakuanga cold na mimi. Ama juu ananionea tu hiyo. Sijui kama nataka Julia ama tumwachie. But kitu leo lazima ifanyike. Udem lazima ingie chupa yangu. Atake asitake. Na ido yenye tumekelea nala lazima nichukue. Hiyo punch itaenda hivyo. Haitaenda hivyo mama.
nilienda kusoma jana nikasikia media. What is media law by the way? Cheza tu ngoja kiwe kumua.
Julia. Unaona ni kama na revise man. Sadi mimi ningeuze kitabu ni revise. Unaona mko busy.
Stop.
Unajua sikuangi good in numbers. But the moment I saw you there, nilijua you are the one. Najua hii itakuchomea but naona kwa umeiva tu. Siambie kitu best yako ubonda. Sijui ubondea nini. Ama jua naitwa hana ananga adabu. Unajua
Mimi boy anataka hapa. Surely. He's all over the place. Ako everywhere in this campus. As if anamsimama, as if he doesn't know what he's doing here. Ni kama Mathare wamesahau kuna mgonjwa wana zurura because it's as if they are in Mathare because this person hayuko sawa akili. He gets onto my nerves. Nasikia tu kumrukia just like I have to control my nerves.
umeambiwa ni mrembo. Check your smile. Kama hujaiambiwa basi acha nikuambie tu ni mrembo. Ni venye hujaiambiwa sasa. Do you asikuambie kitu so uko tu envy uko wakati wangu. You see? Najua kama singekuwa na jina yako, ningekuita tu mine juu. Unakuanga tu umenikalia kaa wangu tu.
Niko sasa stop it.
Hiyo sina mistari mingi but unaweza niita tu zebra. Achana na huyu tu ni mapropaganda tu. Mimi sijui wewe unitaka ama
Over.
Na very irritating, but I love his charisma. He's a comedian. Lakini shida ni ati jokes zake zinakuanga dry, ni kama akunywangi maji. But sometimes inaonanga like huyu boy anakuanga delulu.
sijui unitaka ama juu. Wewe umesema aje? So umesema aje?
Sisi tulikuwa tuna revise nini media law.
Acha hizo.
So kisha usikive mwalimu sema exam ni jamani akishoka ya 8.
So hadi hata
alafu uko na notes zote? Niko nazo ndakutumanisha kwa PDF. Sawa, I just need those notes to revise.
Samu nikwepa hivyo bana. Wewe una rush bana. Kwani umekuwa year star bana? Umeona hiyo smile? Umeona hiyo mistari man? Kwa maana siku hizo unitangaze bra. Je, niko na mistari mingi kuliko. Unajua ni uambio by the way kama ningekuwa nafanya spoken word ningetano wafuasi wengi, you know? Najua mimi sio John Cena but ukinipea do utapata jioni sina. Najua it makes sense juu mnakuanga illiterate but ni sawa tu. Najua mnaulizanga mbona sinanga dinga. Kumbe Raila nani dinga. Check hiyo mistari man. But anyway, udema akiendelea na hiyo puzi itabidi tumtoe hapa man. Mimi ataendelea kunichomisha kwa udema. Na shindonga nini nimekosea hana. But hiyo story tu achana tu nayo. But ido sasa hiyo left hivi na mkuta kwa daro lazima niongee naye. Na mkuta kwa daro tu ido tu iende. Nikuwe nimekula. Killing two birds with one stone. Call me Steven Austin. Ama unaweza nita kwako. Noma. Unasema aje? Sunday uko free?
Siko free, naenda church.
Na Saturday.
Because Saturdays you go.
Unakonga hard to get.
And
Hizi ni gani?
by the way, let me just tell you the truth. I'm in a relationship because it's like you are
Si bado unaweza share.
na nani?
Alan bana, kwani ulikuwa unigongee tu hivi?
Wewe kwanza uko na punch yangu wewe. Wewe kwanza hiyo bet umeambia. Si huyo ameshalose.
Ati punch gani?
Unajua
Bet gani? Bet ya nini?
Mwambie akwambie ukweli. Mwambie akwambie ukweli. Asi itabidi nianze kuvaa specs sasa man. I didn't see that coming. Yaani wase wanaweza nifanyia hivyo hiyo deal. Najua sio mafans wa Gachagua but mimi sio hiyo relationship yao ki last 2 years man. Hawa watu wamenibo. Na ni juzi nimekuja ku notice ati the reason why Julia anapendanga Alan atijua kona belt ya watch. Sasa ndio anatembeanga na belt ya watch kwa waist. Au ni tu hiyo ni waste of time. Mimi bana. But ni sawa Alan. Tit for tat. Ni sawa. Ndakupata pia, wewe ndakupata. Sawa.
Darkness is your ally. You merely adopted the dark.
Yo, what up my people? Yeah, this is the daily podcast. Leo tunawaletea some few topics here and there that have been trending for the past 2 days. Yeah, or 3 days or so. Kulingana na kalenda yako, mi si the Roman person niambiwa nianze hapo kuwaletea kalenda mingi. Otherwise, yeah, Kenya kumekuwa na content sana. Of course, Kenya kunakuwa na content 24/7. Ukikosa bundles weisha. It's like you're committing suicide to yourself, you know. So, yeah, let us start now. Yeah. So, kuna this lady, the one who made the hit song, Set It, Diana Chords, together with AJ, with AJ, the Brooklyn Boys gang. Yeah, AJ Styles. They reunited after weeks and accused him of pulling down the hit song, Set It. With me here I have 2 guests. Tunaweza anza na hiyo story kwanza. To my right here we have Regina. To my left, sorry. To my left here I have Regina Msijali. And to the farthest end we have Mark. So what do you see about these 2 personas here, Diana Chords and AJ Styles?
First of all, naweza sema hiyo song ilikuwa a hit. Kwanza imetrend sana. And then wache kufanya wache kuconfuse wa Kenya. Kama wanajua wamekosana, wasort issues zao kwa kando. Then wakuja watu address sasa in public wakijua wameshapendana kama that's the right word to use kwa sababu sasa watu wanakuwa na mistaken naitwaje? Watu wanakuwa na opinions different. Kama unapata kuna mtu maybe alikuwa anapenda Diana Chords. During that misunderstanding unapata maybe amechukiwa, ama kuna mtu alikuwa anapenda AJ, then all of a sudden unapata amemchukia kwa sababu ya just little misunderstanding, like wanafaa sort out whatever there are things.
Mark, view yako ni gani kwa story?
Hiyo ngoma ya Silly Trend. Na venye amesema kusort issues zao, yes. sisi ngoma bado tutasikiza, lakini sasa mbona kwanza ilikuwa imepuliwa
Mbona bende walitoa?
That was my next question.
Si ndio?
Because kwani waligongana na hatujui. Diana Potts, is she Kenyan?
I guess, yeah. Kwa nini?
I don't think she's Kenyan.
So unataka ni mwapi?
I think ni from overseas, I think.
I'm Kenya. Ama unaona aje wewe?
Hadi mimi naona ni Kenya. Sura si ya Kenya.
So ukianza ulizo unaweza sema ni wapi?
I think you see these sides from these guys like when Jamaica state sort of.
Because of nini of music kama?
Even the language that she speaks, like venye anaongea, you know, like the accent that she's emulating. Inakaa si ya Kenya. Hata kama najua ya mtu mwenye una emulate utajua ni gani. Like maybe if you are making an accent like me, tuseme nikisema accent yote ya South Africa utajua hii kuimitate na imitate. You know. Yeah.
Yeah, lakini hiyo kupull wimbo then ilikuwa necessary.
But the song was
obviously kuna contract walikuwa wamesign, si ndio? Before release ngoma si lazima msign some papers.
Yeah.
So hizo issues si wangezi sort before hata ifike place ya kutoa wimbo YouTube and all. Mimi sikuona kio necessary. It was just a necessary.
Hii nyota yao inafaa ipelekewe Gachagua na Ruto.
Usingisha kwa mlima.
Talaka ishapotea. Aside from that, I'm seeing here that Mama Chimi
apeane.
Baba Chimi aliamua kupatia Mama Chimi an expensive ring.
Mimi mnacheka tu kwa internet.
Wearing umepewa expensive ni gani?
Achana na mimi.
You know someone cheaper.
Wewe bora nimepewa, ushaipewa.
Mimi nimepewa mingi kama.
Mbona unataka
ni venye luku ya leo sikuwa nataka.
Wewe umepewa?
Mimi.
Isipokuwa hii.
Sasa kuna zingine ati au bandi zote
Sifichi ndio hiyo kamera muone. Niliproposiwa kwa
kwanza ni ice.
On this view ya Baba Chimi and Mama Chimi surprising. Mama Chimi is an expensive thing. What's your view actually?
Love is a beautiful thing.
Ngani vinyata.
Elizabeth kwa transport.
Inafanya hivi blink. Blink. Kwa karibu tu kuisha.
Uende nyota kwa Makenzi ama.
Acha sasa nikae bila nyota kama ni Makenzi bro. Si nikienda hata sitarudi. Nitaenda tu kama nimeenda.
Tunakuzikua pale.
Utasema mtanikujia nikiwa cops. Acha nikae bila nyota. Watu wanapenda huko nje.
Watu huko wapendane sana.
Watu wanapendana lakini kwani ikifika kwangu ndio inakuwa
na sio yashapata. Actually
niko na shida zangu kando.
Actually ashapata nini visa ya kwenda majuu sasa. Kwa sababu by the way if I can recall inakuanga like ndivyo uende majuu like kukaa permanently ndio ukae permanently pale lazima ukue like married to someone outside there, you know. So naona
ashakuwa certified. Mama Chimi ashakuwa change nationality.
Change nationality.
Shatoka kwa Mkenya.
Sasa bado uko gezo.
Wallahi na chapo tu hapo na wezi ngeti.
Aside from Mama Chimi tunaenda tuko tu within Africa. Unapata like I don't know what's wrong with these artists. Tunapata Zuchu pale anasema Zuchu says that Diamond Platnumz must marry her before she considers having a child with him. And I quote, ukiniona ndio nitakuzalia. Si ukinioa ndio nitakuzalia.
Hata sikuzaa. Hiyo pete ataiona kweli? Wewe unajua Diamond.
Hao watu kwanza wanatupimanga. Hao watu tupima sana. Nikaa wana cloud chase. Wamerudiana, wameachana.
Ukiangalia Diamond since his golden ages pale kitambo unapata like
Now, good afternoon. So due to inevitable circumstances, we would have to continue the screening on Monday. On Monday, because of inevitable circumstances, the room is supposed to be used exactly at 2:50. It's not that the video that we are watching has a problem, by the way. It has been posted because we are doing streaming from GBS TV, right? So we have to stop there. I must say that I'm impressed, and I have mixed feelings. But we shall be able to talk exhaustively next week on Monday. Exhaustively, because I do believe that we have some serious progress, but there are some groups which have, there are things that they need to adjust. I want to invite Kabila, who is a staff at GBS TV, to make few remarks based on what we have heard so far. And please, I am begging you, if you have a paper dropped beneath, adjacent, right, left, in front, carry it. Kabila, please, 2 minutes so that we arrange the place. Let's appreciate Kabila.
Good evening. Mko poa? Mmefanya kazi poa sana. Mjipigie makofi kwanza. Sindio? But there's one problem. We had a very big person here, but no one had a notebook. Why? No, amka mnatumia. Anyway, it's a point of consideration. Sasa. So, first of all, congratulations for the good job that you have done. It's a good development, sindio? Given that nikisikia from your teachers that previously you did something and it's an improvement. Sasa. But now allow me just to comment generally across on things that cut across everything. First of all, you've done so well, given that you had limited resources. I've noticed when it comes to audio, most of your teams had an issue with the audio, sindio? But kama kuna issue ya audio, first of all, what do you have to do? During location scouting, you have to figure out what are the challenges that you're having here when it comes to audio, sindio? Like for example, we had the first group, they chose to do it before the university building, right? And from the background, we could hear that there was something going on there. There was carpentry works going on there. There was some machines grinding pale chini, sindio? So when you're doing location scouting, you have to find out, are there some background noise that are going to affect our output? So that is one you have to find out. That is kama kona issue na microphone when it comes to audio. So, because you might have some very good job, uko na kazi mzuri sana, scripting iko sawa, directing iko fiti, but when it comes to audio, inakuweka nje. Sasa, just one aspect inakuweka nje. So, ukifanya location scouting, make sure unasikiza noise yenye kwa around. Kama ni karibu na barabara, how is the noise? Can you manage it? Can you work with it? Sasa, that is one. Imecut across most of the teams. And then the second one we had, when it comes to cameramen, I noticed just like Rafiki hapa, he talked about stability. So, when it comes to stability, pia, it matters a lot. Because sometimes, yes, sometimes ni creative. Sindio? Because kama ni filming is about creativity, pia journalism creativity. But stability sometimes matters a lot. Because sometimes unapata, you don't need the movement, but you find that you're moving. Una move sana. For example, like ile promo ya Coca-Cola, we had so many movements that hatukuwa tunahitaji. Sindio? Yeah, pia the second last presentation, pia it had so many unnecessary movements that you can minimize. Because kama una move kwa short, that means your viewer is going to get distracted. Sindio? Because atakuwa na move pia na camera movement, right? And again, on the same note for cameramen, when you're using establishment shots, you have to identify, why am I using this establishment shot at this given place? Sindio? Kulikuwa na ingine niliona ilichukuliwa from the cabro side pale, ilikuwa inachukua wide from inapan from a tree coming to this building, but you find that there's a tree imekingai building kuona the base, so haikuwa complete. Sawa, it wasn't so effective. So your establishment shot haikuwa achieve purpose yake. Sawa. So you have to make sure your shot is complete. Kama ni mtu anakimbia, you have to take that shot. Kama anakimbia from hapa to pale, that shot has to be complete. Haukati katikati, sawa sawa. That is an incomplete motion. You make sure your motion is complete. For example, you are building, the best thing your cameraman angefanya ni to move where he or she can get a full picture of the building, of the establishment. Okay? So, and again, next, what I learned is teamwork. When it comes to media, journalism, filming, as long as it's media, teamwork really matters a lot. Sindio? You'll notice the first 2 teams, or 3, they are editors. Hawakuwa pamoja wakishoot, sindio? So you find that walikuwa na very hard time when editing. That is one outcome of absenteeism when you're given a role in a team. Because kama as an editor nikiwa pale, I will know that audio ilikuwa na shida. I think ahead, sindio? Iko na shida, what can I do? Sindio? Compared to me siko kwa team, I'm not there, and then tuna shoot, then naletewa files, the footages I have to edit, ndio na notice, oh, the audio is bad, sindio? The exposure ni mbaya. Nikiwa pale kama video editor, I'm supposed to work with the director so that tuangalie, director isema lighting hapa ni mbaya, is poor, I'm supposed to give directions. Nikiangalia hapa nita edit aje, sindio? Hii lighting kuna shadow hapa, what will I do? Because tukiangalia, there was a presentation, I don't know, was it number 3? Ilikuwa na ile walishutia kwa hii, there's this umbrella here kwa hii corner. There was a shadow halfway. Sasa we could see the shadow. So kama video editor angekuwa, na nilisikia video editor kuwa pale wakishoot, kama angekuwa angesema we can enhance the lighting so that we get better results. Sasa so it's so important that kama kwa timu imepewa role, you have to be there. Hata kama si full time, but you can be there as long as you know what is happening. Sasa another thing is continuity in storytelling. Continuity is so important because there's some viewers, initially before I got into journalism, I used to be an actor. So unfortunately, tukiwa actors, when you're watching something, you watch from behind the scenes perspective. Sindio? Wala wame-act, wamejaribu kufanya acting, they understand that. If you're watching a movie, wangu na correct, unasema, hii motion angefanya hivi, hii shot angefanya hivi, ingekuwa better. Sindio? So let's work on our continuity so that we deliver complete results. So it's so important. And then another thing is, for the promo, ile Coca-Cola, you don't have to put in writing so that you convey the feeling. So, because if you watch the last part of it, ile to YouTube, you find that that guy kikunywa ile soda, you can feel what he's feeling without putting it into words. Sindio? So zile words are pale chini, yes, it's good to have it there, but it's not a must to use the wordings to bring out the feeling. Just like Linda said, mngepata dem mwingine, sindio? Akunywa soda, bring out that feeling, inge work best. Sasa, so I congratulate you for the good work you've done. I wish ningekuwa hapa hadi mkimaliza the last project, but due to time, we understand itabidi to stop here hapa. But congratulations, Sasa. So keep learning, keep improving. Sasa, just like Linda said, we need to have diverse skills. Sasa, kama kuna team na cameraman, learn camera. Kama kuna team na video editor, learn video editing. Sasa, so thank you and have a nice evening.
Thank you, Kabila, and we are pressed for time. So we break. Let's go down. We'll have some reporting, those testimonial reporting about the screening. So I have some interviewers down there, watu wa broadcast, parana hapo chini. Sawa, the likes who like reporting. Cynthia, handle the camera, connect right away. So let's break. Thank you. Thank you so much. Next time, enough time.